Midnight in Bandung always carries a strange kind of air. The city lights twinkle below like fallen stars, but up on the Pasupati flyover, the night wind bites colder, and the silence feels like a scream no one can hear.
Ryan, a motorcycle taxi driver, stopped at the side of the bridge. He had just finished his last ride, but couldn't shake off a bad feeling. His phone showed 12:37 a.m. Normally, he'd ride straight home toward Dago, but for some reason, he decided to stop for a smoke.
Tired, he muttered, lighting a cigarette. Down below, the trail of car lights flowed like a glowing river. Beautiful, but something felt off. The air was unusually cold, and a faint mist drifted across the bridge. Then he heard it. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate.
Ryan turned. Nothing there. The bridge was empty. He laughed nervously. Probably someone walking, he told himself. But the steps grew louder, closer, yet no shadow followed the sound. He glanced at his motorcycle mirror and froze. A woman in a long white dress stood a few meters behind him, her body stiff, her face hidden beneath her hair. He spun around. She was gone. His heart pounded. He kicked his bike into gear, but just as he began to move, a soft "hi" hissed right beside his ear, as if someone whispered inside his helmet.
Ryan screamed and sped down the flyover. In the mirror, a pale figure floated after him, gliding through the mist until it vanished into the glare of streetlights below. He stopped at the bottom of the bridge, trembling. His breath hitched. Then he saw something that froze his blood. A pale hand resting on his shoulder, reflected in the mirror. He turned sharply. No one was there. The next morning, Ryan was still shaken. He told his friend Joko, another driver, at a small coffee stall near Gazebo. Joko listened quietly, eyes distant.
"You think you're the only one?" Joko said. "Many have seen her, especially between 1 and 3 in the morning." Ryan frowned. "Who is she?" Before that flyover existed, there were lots of accidents underneath. They say a woman died in a crash there. Some believe her spirit never left. She's still waiting for someone.
Ryan shuddered. The image of the woman lingered in his mind. I saw her. White dress, long hair, but her face… He stopped. He hadn't seen the face clearly, but the stench of blood and the whisper still haunted him. Try not to pass that bridge on Thursday nights, Joko warned. People say she's looking for company.
After that, Ryan avoided Pasupati whenever possible, yet his job often forced him to cross late at night. Every time his wheels touched that bridge, he felt the same strange chill, as though unseen eyes watched him from the fog. A week later, around 1:20 a.m., he got a ride request from Shihampalas to Dago. The fastest way was over Pasupati. He hesitated, but accepted. Halfway across, his motorcycle light flickered, then died. The engine went silent. Not now, he whispered, pressing the starter again and again. Nothing. Then came the footsteps. Talk, talk, talk.
Rian looked to the side. Out of the fog, the woman appeared again. But this time, he saw her face. Empty eye sockets, hollow and black. He screamed until his voice broke.
Rian was found unconscious at the side of the flyover by a night patrol officer. His motorcycle lay on its side. When he woke at the hospital, there was a dark, hand-shaped bruise on his shoulder, cold and deep.
The doctor called it a contusion. Rian knew better. Days later, he sought out Mendukung, an old night guard who had worked near Pasupati long before the bridge was built.
After hearing Rian's story, Mendukung sighed deeply. So you saw her. Who is she? Rian asked. Her name was Ratna, the old man said softly. She died there during the construction. She used to come every night looking for her boyfriend, one of the workers. One night, she was hit by a truck. Her body was dragged for meters, but her head was never found.
Rian's throat tightened. Never found? Mendukung nodded slowly. People say her spirit still wanders the bridge, searching for it. Sometimes she appears in a driver's mirror. Sometimes she clings to those who stop. Since that day, nightmares consumed Rian. He'd wake up gasping, the smell of wet soil and blood thick in the air. Shadows of long hair hung at the corner of his room. And every night he heard the same whisper, "Return my head."
It was Thursday night, Kliwon, the most feared night in Javanese belief. Rian received another order that crossed Pasupati. He tried to reject it, but the customer insisted.
The fog that night was dense and heavy. Streetlights flickered weakly. Halfway across the bridge, the engine stalled again. Silence. Then came the sound. Not one pair of footsteps this time, many, like a crowd walking slowly on the asphalt. Rian squinted through the mist and saw figures, dark silhouettes standing at the edge of the bridge, facing him. None had faces. And then she appeared among them, the woman in the tattered white dress, her hair matted with blood, her neck split open. She dragged something that clanked against the road like chains.
"Why do you keep coming here, Rian?" she whispered, though her lips never moved. He couldn't answer. His limbs were stiff.
She raised her head slightly, and in her hands she held a human head, her own. "Have you found my head?" Rian's scream echoed through the empty bridge, swallowed by the night. No one heard it. Only the cold fog remained.
The next morning, a patrol team found a motorcycle lying in the middle of Pasupati Flyover. No rider, no signs of an accident, just a broken helmet and a damp green jacket.
That same night, Joko received a message from Rian's number. "Don't cross Pasupati tonight. She's found me." The timestamp read 2:13 a.m. When Joko tried to reply, the number was no longer active. A few days later, another driver claimed he saw a man in a green jacket talking to a woman with long hair on the bridge. When his car approached,
both figures vanished into thin air.
Now, every Thursday night, people say they see a headlight glowing in the fog, a motorcycle with no rider speeding silently across the flyover. And if you look closely enough, behind that ghostly bike ride two shadows, a man and a woman, side by side.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and follow other horror stories.